Sean Diddy Combs' attorneys cross-examined his ex-girlfriend Cassie Ventura on day 4 of the hip-hop mogul's federal sex trafficking and racketeering trial. And we want to warn you, some may find the details in this report disturbing.
Today, the prosecution's star witness, Cassie Ventura, took the stand. She's a music star and the ex-girlfriend of Mr. Combs.
Cassie Ventura could be preparing for a career comeback following the bombshell civil lawsuit she filed against her ex, Sean Diddy Combs.
What if someone had the power to kill your dreams with a single text message? That's exactly what Cassie Ventura claimed happened when Diddy allegedly texted No to the Vid about her potential collaboration with Common. Her career sabotage accusations have sent shockwaves through the industry. Over 4 days of testimony, Cassie painted a picture of a man who didn't just control her romantically, but systematically dismantled her music career. One album released from a 10-album deal, opportunities denied, connections severed. The receipts are now public, and they tell a devastating story of power and control. When Cassie took the stand, the courtroom fell into a stunned silence. On the large screens mounted for all to see, a text message exchange appeared that revealed how easily dreams could be crushed with just 3 words. No to the vid. That's all it took for Diddy to allegedly destroy what could have been a career-changing opportunity for Cassie back in 2012. The receipts don't lie. Cassie had secured a golden opportunity to collaborate with Common, one of hip-hop's most respected artists. This wasn't just any music video. It represented a chance for Cassie to expand her artistic reach beyond the R&B pop lane Diddy had placed her in. Common's conscious rap credentials and critical acclaim could have opened doors for Cassie that remained firmly shut under Diddy's watch. As Cassie explained on the stand, her management team had worked hard to secure the collaboration. The deal was practically done. All she needed was the green light from Diddy, who, despite being her boyfriend, also controlled every aspect of her professional life as her label boss. The text exchange displayed in court showed Cassie tentatively asking about moving forward with the Common video. The reply came back cold and final. No to the vid. The most chilling part of Cassie's testimony came when the prosecutor asked her why Diddy wouldn't allow the collaboration. "I don't know why," she answered, her voice barely audible in the silent courtroom. That simple statement painted a picture of arbitrary control. Decisions made not based on business logic or artistic merit, but on the whims of a man who wielded his power like a weapon. What made this evidence so damning were the timestamps. Court records show that immediately after receiving Diddy's text, Cassie messaged her management team to decline the opportunity. She testified that she couldn't even give them a real explanation. "I just had to say no and hope they would still want to work with me in the future," she told the court. The power play was complete. Cassie couldn't even be honest with her own team about why opportunities were being blocked. Industry experts watching the trial noted just how significant the Common collaboration could have been. One music executive present in court whispered to a reporter that a co-sign from Common in 2012 would have immediately elevated Cassie's artistic credibility. The lost collaboration represented more than just a music video. It was a potential turning point in her career trajectory that got snuffed out with 3 words on a phone screen. The text message evidence struck a nerve because it provided concrete proof of what many in the industry had long suspected. Court documents revealed this wasn't an isolated incident, but part of a pattern where Diddy allegedly made all decisions regarding Cassie's professional life, often to her detriment. Former employees from Bad Boy Records submitted statements describing how Cassie's career opportunities regularly disappeared without explanation when they didn't align with Diddy's vision or interests. As Cassie continued her testimony, she revealed how the control extended beyond just that one video. Producers she wanted to work with suddenly became unavailable. Songs she recorded mysteriously never got released. Tour opportunities vanished. The text message about Common became the smoking gun that validated years of rumors about Diddy's controlling behavior in the industry. What makes the revelation particularly disturbing is how it happened in plain sight. While Cassie's career mysteriously stalled, Diddy continued to present himself publicly as her biggest supporter. The court saw images of red carpet appearances where Diddy praised Cassie's talent while allegedly blocking her from actually sharing that talent with the world. One industry veteran in attendance called it the most sophisticated form of career sabotage I've ever witnessed. The text message exposed Diddy as what prosecutors called a career killer, someone who used his position of power to maintain control rather than foster talent. For many watching the case unfold, the question became, how many other opportunities were silently crushed behind closed doors as Cassie's promising career mysteriously stalled? Diddy continued to present himself publicly as her biggest supporter. The court saw images of red carpet appearances where Diddy praised Cassie's talent while allegedly blocking her from actually sharing that talent with the world. One industry veteran in attendance called it the most sophisticated form of career sabotage I've ever witnessed. The text message exposed Diddy as what prosecutors called a career killer, someone who used his position of power to maintain control rather than foster talent. For many watching the case unfold, the question became, how many other opportunities were silently crushed behind closed doors as Cassie's promising career mysteriously stalled? Cassie's time on the stand painted a picture of an artist trapped in a professional prison, watching her prime years slip away while unable to pursue the collaborations and projects that might have made her a household name. The common text message wasn't just about one video. It represented a pattern of control that allegedly kept Cassie dependent on Diddy both financially and professionally. As Cassie stepped down from the witness stand, the damage to Diddy's carefully crafted image as a mentor and music mogul was obvious. The receipts were there for everyone to see. Concrete evidence that behind the glamorous photos and public displays of affection lurked something much darker, a systematic dismantling of a young woman's music career by the very person who claimed to champion it. Cassie Ventura signed a massive 10-album deal with Diddy's label, a contract that should have made her a household name. But the numbers don't lie, and when Cassie took the stand, she dropped a bomb that shocked everyone in the courtroom. One album, that's all she released during her entire time with Diddy's label, a mere 10% of what her contract promised. Let that sink in for a moment. One album across more than a decade. It's not just disappointing, it's suspicious. Artists sign multi-album deals to build their catalogs, develop their artistry, and establish themselves as major players in the industry. Cassie got none of that. While her peers were dropping album after album, building their fan bases and cementing their legacies, Cassie's career sat frozen in time. The courtroom fell dead silent as Cassie described how promising songs and entire projects would vanish without explanation. Tracks she poured her heart into, music she stayed up all night perfecting, gone, shelved, buried. Industry veterans present at the trial exchanged knowing glances. They understood exactly how unusual this situation was. One music executive was overheard whispering, "I've never seen an artist with her profile and potential release so little music. Something was definitely off." What makes this revelation particularly disturbing is how calculated it all seems in hindsight. According to Cassie's testimony, Diddy would initially encourage her creative work, praising her in the studio, bringing in top-tier producers, and funding elaborate recording sessions. He'd hype her up, make her believe this was finally her moment, only to pull the rug out from under her at the last minute. Budget issues would mysteriously arise just as an album neared completion. Release dates would get pushed back again and again until they disappeared from the calendar entirely. Sometimes, Cassie testified, Diddy would simply refuse to release completed material with no explanation at all. The pattern became clear: build her hopes up, then crush them, keeping her dependent and under control. The financial records presented in court painted an even more damning picture. Millions of dollars invested in recording sessions, producers, studio time, songwriters, all for music that never saw the light of day. One particularly shocking example showed over $700,000 spent on a collection of songs that was fully mastered and ready for release before being permanently shelved. The question hanging in the air: was this deliberate suppression? What's particularly cruel about this form of career sabotage is how it played out in public. While Cassie's music gathered dust on Diddy's hard drives, he paraded her around at industry events, on red carpets, and in his social media as his protege and partner. The public saw a music mogul supporting his artist girlfriend, never knowing that behind closed doors, he was allegedly burying her career one unreleased track at a time. The contrast between Cassie and her peers from the same era tells the story. Artists who signed record deals around the same time as Cassie have released 4, 5, sometimes 6 albums in the same period. They've toured the world, won awards, and built dedicated fan bases. Meanwhile, Cassie remained stuck in a holding pattern, known more for her relationship with Diddy than for her music. Systematic career sabotage. That's what prosecutors called it, and the evidence is hard to ignore. The stark contrast between the promised 10-album deal and the single album released became the smoking gun that validated years of whispers about Diddy's controlling behavior. For many in the courtroom, the unreleased music became a symbol of something larger: Cassie's lost years and stolen potential. Social media exploded as details of Cassie's testimony spread online. Fans began digging up old interviews where Cassie mentioned upcoming projects that never materialized. They created timelines of announcements versus actual releases, further highlighting the suspicious pattern of career stagnation. Industry insiders who had worked with both Cassie and Diddy began coming forward with their own stories of projects mysteriously canceled without explanation. As Cassie continued her testimony, the emotional weight of these revelations became clear. This wasn't just about music that didn't get released. It was about a young woman watching her prime years slip away, trapped in a professional prison built by the very person who claimed to champion her success. Each unreleased song represented another missed opportunity, another broken promise, another piece of her artistic voice silenced. The stark reality of one album from a 10-album deal has become perhaps the most damning piece of evidence in the case against Diddy. A numeric testament to what prosecutors describe as a calculated effort to keep Cassie dependent and under control by systematically dismantling her career from the inside. The glitz and glamour of the music industry just got ripped away by Cassie's powerful testimony. Behind the platinum records and flashy videos lurks a dark world where dreams get crushed with a single text message. The evidence doesn't lie, from those devastating texts to the shocking one-album statistic that left the courtroom gasping. Cassie described feeling humiliated and pretty horrible about herself throughout her ordeal. The power imbalance exposed in this case forces us to ask, was Cassie silenced for speaking out or for trying to escape? The music industry watches nervously, wondering how many other careers have been quietly destroyed by powerful figures who faced no consequences until now.